Alright, so let's talk about the biggest elephant in the room right now. You know what I'm on about. The question that has pretty much taken the whole community by storm. And it all has to do with the upcoming Gen 9 anime. That is Liko Ash Ketchum's daughter? Well, today we're gonna try get to the bottom of this, look at the evidence, the possibilities, the goods and the bads, and lastly my own opinion on if I think it is true or not. So let's talk about it. With the recent reveal of the new Gen 9 anime, it has brought two new characters alongside it, a boy named Roy and a girl named Liko. However, many people believe that Liko has more than what meets the eye. The first piece of evidence we have, and what pretty much everyone pointed out when we first saw her, is that Liko's green hairpin looks exactly like the logo on Ash Ketchum's original series hat. Because of this, fans don't think this is just a coincidence and may in fact be a reference or tribute to the one who started it first, Ash Ketchum. Though that's not where it stops, as due to this reference, the theory has arisen that her wearing this hairpin is not just a little Easter egg put in by the writers, but in fact an homage to her supposed father, Ash Ketchum. And this really could be the case. Okay, let's say Ash Ketchum is the supposed father of Liko. That leaves us with the big question of who in fact is the mother. Now, this is where the community completely went on its head, but they have narrowed it down to a few characters, so let's just get the obviouses out of the way. It's not Misty, it's not Iris, and it's not Lily. Though it could be possible appearance wise, they just don't match up. This leaves us with 3 potential candidates based off physical similarities. First up is May. The first noticeable feature that both her and Liko have in common is their eyes. They are both blue. However, that's where it pretty much ends, because even at that, May's eyes are actually a dark blue instead of the bright blue Liko has. From a writing standpoint, May being the potential mother over every other companion really doesn't make sense to me, because she hasn't had a main role in the anime since 2006. Because of that, not many people, especially the newer and younger audience, which is Pokemon's main demographic, would even recognize her. So yeah, May is off the list. Second up is Dawn. Dawn and the number 1 spot on this list both have the highest possibilities of being the mother of Liko. First things first, the similarities between them. Dawn and Liko both have bluish tones in their hair. Dawn's is a dark blue and Liko's is a bright blue, so that's one on the checklist. Secondly, Dawn and Liko kind of share the same facial appearance. Of course, this could just be and most likely is an art style direction choice. However, I'll give her that point. Lastly, both Dawn and Liko share blue eyes, but this is what takes her off the list, because Dawn has a much darker tone of blue in her eyes, which could even be considered a more stale grey, while Liko on the other hand has a brighter blue, which is clearly different. From a writing standpoint though, Dawn would be a perfect choice. The main reason for this is that she's one of the most popular Pokemon companions, known from one of the most popular Pokemon games being Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and thirdly, she appeared the most out of all returning past companions in Pokemon Journeys, which means both new and older audiences would recognize her easily. However, like I said earlier, the different shade of colour in her eyes is what makes her not number 1 on the list. Lastly, the number 1 spot goes to, yes, you guessed it, Serena. Serena is the character most people in the community believe is the supposed mother of Liko, and for all reason. The only thing being a mismatch here is the hair colour, but both her and Liko share the exact same eye colour, and Serena even has the same swooping bang to the right that Liko has. And lastly, their faces are pretty much identical. Liko pretty much looks like Serena with a different hairstyle. Of course guys, you need to remember this could just be an art style direction choice, which would make the most sense and justify that last point. So if the appearance features match up perfectly for Serena, what about from a writing standpoint? Okay, Serena is the most popular companion out of every single person Ash has travelled with, and one of the biggest reasons for this is, yes, Amore shipping. Now, I'm not a big Amore shipper myself, or even a shipper at that, but it would be naive to not know that Ash and Serena was a popular relationship story back in the XY days, and it still is now. Serena is more of a new gen character, so both old and new fans would recognize her, as well as having her appear twice in Pokemon Journeys. So yeah, Serena is the number 1 spot of being the supposed mother of Liko. Alright, with all the evidence looked at, what is the possibility of this happening? I would say the possibility is fairly high. Why I say that is because Ash Ketchum has left the anime after 25 years, which not many people thought would happen so soon. Now with Ash leaving, there's a really good chance they do something that so many Pokemon fans have been wanting, not just anime fans alone, and that is to have the writers age up Ash. Ash Ketchum has been 10 years old for 25 years, which has gone to the point that some people make fun of him or are just bored of Ash. However, the writers were most definitely not in any position to age up Ash, with him being the main character. But oh ho ho, with Ash now being gone, they could do the impossible by finally aging him up, and even letting him have a daughter being Liko. If this is the case, I think a lot of people would be happy. So, what are the positives and negatives of Ash being a father? I think that more people would be accepting of the fact that Ash is sadly gone if they now have his daughter Liko following the footsteps of her legendary old man. In addition to this, having Ash be an adult gives him a brand new breath of fresh air that much older fans have been wanting for him for so long. We would get to see a more mature side of Ash, which I think a lot of OG fans would relate with, but with all of these goods, there are some bads. A good example of aging up a character and letting their child be the new main character is Boruto. In the anime Boruto, pretty much everyone only watches Boruto for the moments where Naruto, the main character of the previous season, appears. By the way, this is not everyone but the majority. Why this is the case is because Boruto just can't live up to his father's expectations and achievements. Boruto will never be another Naruto, which is why I've seen a lot of people say they don't like Boruto or even wished his anime never existed. The same sort of thing could happen with Pokemon. Ash Ketchum being the world champion are very big shoes to fill, and it could make a lot of fans not enjoy Liko for who she is as a new trainer. It's very easy to forget that she's new and get upset, irritated, or even disappointed as fans when she doesn't know something or loses in a battle, because we're used to Ash always winning and pretty much always knowing everything, what to do in this situation, how to sort it out, etc. So it might not be the best look or decision for the Pokemon anime. Secondly, if they make Ash a father, it limits what the anime can do with Ash for the future. Let's say the Scarlet and Violet anime turns out to be a massive flop and viewers stop watching. If Ash is now an adult, they pretty much have boxed him off and restricted him when it comes to future plotlines, because never say never, Ash could return one day for a Generation 10 or so on. So if they don't age him up, that won't be a problem they have to deal with from a writing standpoint. Now, what you've all been waiting for. So here is my final opinion on this matter. As much as I think it's possible that Ash Ketchum is the father of Liko, because there is quite a lot going for this theory, I just don't think it will happen. Ash aging is cool and something I've wanted for a long time, but I just can't wrap my head around him being a father just yet, or even an adult at that. It just seems like something the writers wouldn't choose to do, even though the popularity of fans wanting it is high. But as I always say never, because literally anything is possible in the Pokemon anime. The sky's the limit, and I'm here for all of it. Now, I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Ash is Liko's father? Do you think any of the companions is Liko's mother? And lastly, do you think all of this is even possible for the Gen 9 anime? Comment them all down below. Be sure to subscribe for all new future Pokemon anime content. It's been your boy Orazora, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care and stay blessed.